Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the Grassy Surge Podcast. So, I don't know when the first episode will come out, and I sincerely apologize for the audio issues that we might have had in the first one. I was still figuring out some audio stuff. I know, I'm totally a professional, but yeah, I think we've got to sort it out today. We're going to try separating the audio sources instead of just grabbing his audio from Discord. Speaking of his, the as usual, Septel is here with me today. How you doing?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Grassy Surge Podcast. This is the Seps of 720, aka Septal 720. I am doing great today.
Are you really though?
Am I really though? Am I really? Well, let's think about that for a second. No, we don't need to think about that because I know so.
You know what? All right, get my notebook out. How was your week?
It's barely been a week, but if we're talking about last week, honestly,
don't out us. Listen, whenever I say how your week was, I mean the previous week. We do not have to talk about how it's Monday.
I'm messing with you. Calm down.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, in terms of last week, honestly, last week was kind of a drag for me. The reason why was because, okay, so we both know I'm still in college during the recording of this, at least for this episode. So basically what happened this week is... So Monday was a normal day, Monday I just went in, normal stuff, blah blah blah, And then what happened was my Tuesday and Thursday morning classes got canceled last week because my professor got infected. I think it was like with some type of respiratory infection.
Is this the same sickness from that you told me about lsh week or week prior?
I think it was last week. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So basically, dot. Sorry, my echo dot went off. Right. So then that morning class got canceled, and then Tuesday's afternoon class basically went to online due to the weather because my professor wasn't in the knowing of that.
Yep.
Of what was going to happen with the storm out here on the East Coast. So then during that session, that's the last session we had until after spring break, which means I don't have to go in for that class for another 2 weeks, including this week and next week, because next week's my spring break.
Oh wow, that's
really
lucky.
So that you would think. So then that cut out basically my Thursday session as well. So basically, no classes morning classes on Tuesday and Thursdays, one afternoon on that Tuesday, and then no late on Thursday. Now you're probably wondering, what happened with Wednesday? Well, the reason what happened with Wednesday was that class was also not meeting because of online course session. Because it was for the midterm. It gave us time to do the midterm. So basically, I had a 5-day weekend.
Damn.
So you would think, oh, that's great. No, it's not. It actually isn't. For a college student who's on his last semester trying to get himself to complete his semester, it's not good. I wanted to be tired out before my break, so my break actually felt like a break. Not this. And this week is effed up too. You want to know why? Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'll just quickly discuss this. I know I could say this for next week, but this week's effed up too because, okay, my Tuesday and Thursday classes are meeting in the morning, but I'm not meeting for my Wednesday class, and I'm not meeting for my afternoon Tuesday and Thursday classes either because we're not meeting till the end of the spring semester. So my last class is going to be Thursday morning until after spring break where my schedule goes back to normal. I made the schedule to go in more, not to be out more, because... I could go on another tangent alone, but I don't want to be talking about this for 2 hours of me in college and going insane. So why don't we go just to last weekend? How about that? Why don't we talk about last weekend? Okay. But before I talk about it, how about you? How was your last week before we talk about our weekends?
I didn't really want to interject, right? But frankly, the only thing I think I can say about that entire thing is shout out to all the people going through college. I could never. Um, I'm 19 with no inkling of an urge to go to college. I've heard some stuff. No, I could never. Power to you, Septel. I could never. Oy. Uh. Anyway, as for my week, well, to be fair, last week I was kind of absorbed into a little game some people might know as Genshin Impact. Yeah, that was my status for like most, if not all of last week. Did manage to stream on Tuesday. My streams are still very new, and I do appreciate all the people that do show up. And if any of you are watching, you guys are my favorites. And then the weekend. I think it's safe to say not a whole lot happened during the week. I was playing Genshin Impact and not much else, frankly. And then the weekend, so my work schedule, right? I work in some unspecified warehouse. And I work weekends, 36 hours across the weekend, 12 hours days. It's exhausting. And in particular, this weekend was very, very interesting. It was the first time I got scolded.
You got scolded? Wait,
I
what?
got scolded. Yeah. So
What happened?
You get progress reports every about 15 days of work, which is
Okay.
every 3 weeks. Since I work 3 days a weekend. Anyway. So on the first weekend, you're only supposed to do 80% of rate. And rate is your speed. How fast, how consistent, so on and so forth. If I have to work 80% of their expected flow. I need to do really well, but I only have to do 80% of what they expect. Next 3 weeks, next 2 weeks, next 2-3 weeks, I have to do 90%. And then eventually I have to meet 100 by the end of the training period. Now, when I was doing 80%, apparently I did 98% of what I needed to do when I only needed to do 80 back then. Which means I was doing more than expected, so that was why they kept me so far.
Huh.
But next was the 90 percentile. There was a day where I did about 70%.
Oh.
That happened because we were busy, but we had so many people. In fact, they hired overtime that day. So people from weekday shifts, people from the graveyard shifts, all of them came together and worked on this one day on Friday. And for some reason, they just had so many people, and the day was more or less a regular busy day. So because of that, I was one of the unfortunate souls that had no work because all the work was getting taken from me by other people who got to it first. For example, I follow the robot around all day, right? Grabbing items, filling orders for this warehouse, right? And so whenever the robot's finished with the section, it tells me to go to the next robot to continue in that same area.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go to that robot, someone else has already grabbed it because they've already done their work. And there's no other work except for the work that I'm supposed to go to. And that kept happening over and over and over and over and over again till when we got the progress from the midday progress report, because right after lunch, they copy, paste, and print the current leaderboard. They it's literally a competitive work shift. They show the leaderboard of who has the most orders finished from most to least, top to bottom. I was in the bottom half, like legit bottom 10. There's about 60 to 80 of us a day.
Right.
It's really bad. Really bad. So then on Saturday, I got scolded for it. And I was like, okay, listen, this is the first time it's happened before. I'm usually doing 110%, 100%. I'm usually doing really well. This is the first time it's happened, and they were pissed. I've never been afraid of losing my job so much before that moment.
Right.
They had warned me that this is not the time to slack off. Like, don't go to the bathroom and stuff. And I'm like, I'm sorry that I've got a bad stomach. Okay, I need the restroom sometimes. Anyway, then Sunday was it was a pain of its own. It was a slow day, but because I'm new, I couldn't get voluntary time off because they already VTO'd everybody else. So, and basically they VTO based on seniority. So when they say, "Hey, we want people to go home," they go to the people that's been working with this company for the longest before they get to the people working more recently. So I just couldn't. I legit was like near where they do the VTO when it happened. I legit watched everybody go home, grab their bags, clock out, and I was like, oh. If you're wondering, I'm taking this job simply because of YouTube, actually. This job is so that I can live on my own, hang out with new people, do stuff I've always wanted to do, and turn my hobby into a job. Obviously, it's a bit too early to say that because I only have 100 subscribers at the time of this recording, but
112.
Thank you. Thank you for raising my ego just the slightest bit more.
I keep tabs on my friends' channels, okay? Because I care about my friends.
Okay. But yeah, no, that was work.
Right. I guess my weekend's like nothing in comparison. I guess I can quickly talk about it.
But your week was like...
Yeah, my week was freaking torture. The other thing with that week too, I had like 3 assignments to get done. Like I had to get a paper done by Thursday, and I only had the full information on Tuesday. I had like 2 days to work on it. And you know what the funny part was? It was only a page paper, but it was only 2. Okay, 1 page, 2 paragraphs, right? And like it was so specific on what the 2 paragraphs had to be on. It was kind of stressful because it was basically, this was for a class called PCM 313 W, which is a writing intensive course. And basically we had to write about one specific theory. And like I said, you only had 1 page. You had to do it only in 1 page. You couldn't go further than 1 page. If you went over 1 page, you would lose points. That's how strict this paper was.
What?
And I had 2 days to work on it. You think that's enough time to actually write down on a piece of paper very strict information and be able to edit it properly? You think 2 days is enough? It's not. I'll tell you that right now. 2 days is not enough. But somehow I managed it. I actually managed it the day of with 6 hours left.
I'll be honest though. That actually does sound easy. It does.
It sounds easy to you because...
but it does sound easy though, because it's 2 paragraphs in 1 page. That's easy. Is that not?
After this, I'm going to show you exactly how specific the paragraphs were, and you tell me if it's easy to do it in only 1 page. I'm going to show you after this. Believe me. It may sound easy, but it wasn't.
Alright, I'll take you on your word for it, but I think you might just be a bit of a crybaby, just saying.
Oh, I'm a bit of a crybaby.
Just a bit, maybe.
I'm taking 300 level courses right now. My full schedule is 300 courses with 1 400 course. I'm basically almost at the hardest level of courses in the college. You have to realize this. I'm taking flat 300 with 1 400.
Luckily for me, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's why I can't be intimidated.
Seriously, I'm not going to talk about college this whole podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. The other 2 assignments I did over the weekend. I did one on Friday and I did one on Saturday. That's the end with that. Because I kind of got demotivated with the whole staying at home thing. Because I wanted to go in. Moving on. The weekend happened. Okay, so the weekend... So, instead of working on my weekend was just full of streaming.
Yeah.
Now, as many of you know...
Yeah.
If you're coming from my channel, many of you know that the last weekend of stream... I mean, it's not going to be after this one specifically, but, like, after this podcast episode is being recorded after the 5th and 6th streams of Super Mario RPG. As you all know, those were fun. But Friday's stream went a little more than I wanted to, in terms of basically it kind of screwed me over twice. Because OBS wanted to be funny.
Oh.
It wanted to say, hey, Septile, you want to have some funny fun? And I'm like, no, I don't want to have funny fun. Well, too bad, I'll disconnect twice for you. Literally disconnected twice, even though I barely had anything on. All I have on stream, okay, I have like maybe a couple things on stream. My Google Chrome with my YouTube channel with the live stream on, Twitter, and 2 tabs of stream elements in order to get all my chat and my subscriber thing working. And Discord, obviously. Just in case I have somebody on with Discord. So I barely have anything on, and OBS still want to disconnect, and I still have no idea why OBS disconnected.
We love
I
that.
never know when this thing disconnects. I really don't.
Yeah, we love OBS around here. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? At the time of recording this, that live stream has almost like 90 views.
What?
That's the funny. I'm not joking. I'm being 100% serious.
Holy crap, that's unfortunate. But also, applause to you.
Applause. Thank you. So Friday's stream went, overall it was still pretty good. I will say, it still went really well. Just those 2 disconnects got me a little peeved. Then, on Saturday, I wasn't on a live stream necessarily, like me hosting it, but I was still on a live stream because my friend, Wildcard and M-Page, he's a good friend of mine, he was hosting a live stream for this game. It's like, have you ever played Fortune Street on the Wii?
I actually haven't. What is that?
It's basically, think of Monopoly, except instead of like, you buy properties, but you can it's basically like Monopoly. Okay? It's basically like Monopoly. Except you roll dice, whatever. You basically buy properties. And then as you go around, you can go to if you land on your same location, you can put more money into your properties to basically make them gain more money. But in this game, it simplifies it. So instead of like being able to take properties and stuff like that, there's a random chance that could happen with this pencil. Because you roll a pencil, actually. You don't roll a dice.
Oh.
A pencil.
Wait,
you roll
a
a pencil? Yes, I'm serious. You roll a pencil, and each turn there's a number on it. Like,
okay.
It goes from 8 to 1 to E. If you land on E, you get a chance to pick a special card. Because E lets you pick 3 special cards, and they each have an effect and a point value. Because so basically, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody takes a turn rolling the pencil. Each turn, you basically either go to an empty vacant store or a store. If it's an empty vacant store, you can use your money to buy the store. And there's basically different types of stores you can buy. Each one will start off with 3 pieces of merchandise. Or basically 3 things that people can buy. And when another player lands on that space, they have to buy an item. They're forced to. They can either buy 1 or 2. The max is 2. So each turn, everybody goes with that. Sometimes you get the E, get a special card. Sometimes you get money. Sometimes your shop closes. It's all random. And then in the middle, like on the bottom floor of the game, there's a spot called the bank. On the bank spot, you basically gain more money. Each time you pass it, you gain more money. Basically like the pass and get 200 with Monopoly. Except this bank also has a point exchange, where basically you gather up the points, like I was saying. You can either also get points by buying stuff as well. Depending on how many points you get, you can exchange them for different things. Like you can exchange them for money, opening a free shop randomly, stealing stuff from your rivals. It can get hectic, but honestly, it was a pretty good experience. It was a nice, calm stream. Because my friend Wild's been not having good luck with streams recently.
Great. Good for him.
So it honestly went well. We all had a great time. So we did go on for like 3 hours for that. Kind of got tired like a little bit midway through, but you know what? It was worth it.
I wouldn't understand because I do 4-hour streams, but I would understand why you would get tired.
When you're doing it from 8 to 11, it kind of gets tiring. I mean, let's be honest. The Super Mario RPG ones, I only do it for 2 hours or 2.5 hours or so. The only reason why I do those streams in lower amounts is because after a while, it gets kind of tedious. I mean, Pokemon, you can make the different story of shiny hunting and stuff, but for Super Mario RPG, it's just battles, mostly. There's nothing else in between. You're either equipping stuff, buying items, or battling. That's basically what you're doing most of the game. Now, some battles are different than others, but overall, that's what you're doing the entire game. And speaking of that, that was Sunday's stream as well. The 6th stream of Super Mario RPG, which went really well. A lot of new faces came around on the stream. It was honestly
I did actually notice that. I took a peek after I got off work.
Yeah, and you were saying that the battle music didn't sound like battle music.
It doesn't! Why doesn't it? Why doesn't Mario RPG's battle music sound like battle music? Why does it sound like a town theme or something? It's good, but why does it sound like a town theme? I don't know. I don't really get that.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it because you have to think about it. We're back on the Super Nintendo. Now, while there was some impressive tracks for the Super Nintendo, you have to realize there was limitations at that point. And plus, battles are meant to be fun. You know, Mario RPGs in general. This includes the Mario and Luigi games, which hopefully one day I will be streaming. Just letting you know. They want them to be fun. They want them to be exciting. You know, so having a fun battle theme is just something that gets you hyped up and gets you ready for battle. I mean, there's technically, let me count. There's 6 battle themes in the entire game. 6.
That's it.
There's regular battle. There's stronger There's stronger enemies, which is basically a mini boss theme. The main boss theme, which barely plays in the game until I'll show you that in another stream. There's basically there's 2 final boss themes, phase 1, phase 2, and then the secret boss theme. That's all the battle themes in the game.
Really? Huh. I mean, it adds up, but English. It adds up.
Honestly, if you look at RPGs in general, you'll notice how many less battle themes there are to actual themes in the game.
Yeah, battle themes especially are a low number in the earlier consoles, especially with early gen Pokemon. Like Gens 1 and 2 barely had any battle themes.
Well, we gotta think about Generation 1, for example. Generation 1 had, 3 battle themes, technically? It had...
Yeah, it did. It had was it Wild, Rival, and League?
No, Rival didn't have a battle theme back then.
Was it Trainer Battle?
Oh, wait, I completely forgot. Okay, 4. Wild Pokemon, Trainer Battle, Gym Leader Battle, and Champion. Those were all 4 themes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. That's so weird. And then in Gold and Silver, Red uses the Champion theme, right?
Okay, Gold and Silver, how many battle themes are in Gold and Silver? We'll count Crystal too, because Crystal is also in that.
Yeah.
So in Generation 2 in general, with the main games, how many battle themes? Okay, so there's Wild Pokemon battle theme. Actually, there's both Wild Johto and Wild Kanto. So that's technically 2 wild battle themes.
That is true. Was
that
the case in Gold, Silver, Crystal?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't beaten Crystal yet, so...
There's also Trainer Kanto and Trainer Johto, so that's 4 battle themes, actually. Right there. You have Gym Leader... I think 2... I really haven't gone through Kanto that much. It might have the same Gym Leader theme. It might have a different battle theme.
I would assume that they managed to double everything.
So 2 Gym Leader themes as well. So that's already 6 themes. And plus, you have to remember, the Elite Force, until Gen 3, they were using the Gym Leader theme. So that's 6, plus the Rival theme, because
Probably
they put a Rival
8,
theme.
Maybe. I would assume it's 8.
So, yeah, we're almost done, actually. So, Silver has a battle theme. Oh, Team Rocket! Team Rocket has a battle theme. Duh, they gave Team Rocket a battle theme in this game.
Oh, that's cool.
The Legendary Beast theme for Entei, Raikou, and Suicune.
Okay.
And the Champion theme. So that's 10 themes.
Hey, go Pokemon! We're applauding them, but they've got 20 in the new generations. It's ridiculous.
But do they, though? I don't know if that's actually true.
Scarlet and Violet has a little less than usual, because all the legendaries share the same theme, except for Koraidon and Miraidon, I think. Except... No.
Okay,
Koraidon and Miraidon doesn't have unique legendary themes for the box legendaries.
Okay, wait.
Because the box legendary shares a theme, like the second one, the one you catch, shares a theme with the other legendaries, I think.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It uses the Area Zero encounter theme.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, it uses Area Zero's encounter theme. And then the Quartet has its own legendary theme, but all 4 of them share one. And then the other legendary, the one that you eventually catch, is that one uses. Sorry, the one you fight and the one you catch, they're the same one.
the one you fight against AI Sada for the Paradise Protection
It uses
Protocol.
the AI theme.
No,
and-
that doesn't use the AI theme. It actually uses a brand new theme. They
Really?
get a theme. You didn't notice?
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, let me put it to you like this. So, when we fought AI Sada, AI Tordo, they used the regular AI Professor theme. Yes. They used the regular AI Professor theme. When we battled them the
Right.
first time with their
Yeah.
with the six Pokemon. When Miraidon and Koraidon came out, a new battle theme played.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
So technically they do have a legendary theme. They do.
Technically. Okay.
But only in that fight.
And it just doesn't come back.
Right. The one you catch in Area 0 uses the Area 0 wild encounter.
That doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't.
Make sense. Why did
I know
I
it
don't want to
doesn't.
make an entire another episode about Scarlet and Violet, but that doesn't make sense, dude.
I know it doesn't.
Oh my
know.
gosh. Bruh. Okay. That doesn't make sense.
Honestly, when you think about with Pokemon legendaries, basically this is basically a repeat of Gen 2, where in Gen 2 the legendaries only use the regular wild theme when you count them, besides the 3 legendary beasts.
Is that
The
the
box
first time
legendaries-
since Gen 2?
Yes, actually.
Dang. That's interesting.
Because if we go back to Gen 3 was the start of the unique legendary themes with Groudon,
Yeah.
Kyogre, and
Mhm.
Rayquaza.
Yeah.
They got their own battle theme.
All three of them did.
Yeah, well, all 3 shared it.
Oh.
They all shared it.
Whoops.
That was in Omega. You're thinking about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where Groudon and Kyogre's themes were the same, and then Rayquaza got a different theme.
Yeah,
it was
Rayquaza
slightly
got a new
different,
theme.
but it was different.
And then Heart
Yeah.
Gold Soul Silver, Hoenlugia, and the Beasts all got their own themes.
Well, yeah, actually, all 3 beasts are the same theme, except it's a little bit different, and Ho and Lugia had their own separate battle themes.
Yeah.
And then in Gen 5 with Unova, Reshiram and Zekrom shared a battle theme. But they basically had the same battle theme. Kyurem, I think Kyurem did also share the battle theme too. Yeah, I believe it did. But what's funny is the 3 Musketeers, or the 3 Swords of Justice, share their own battle theme too. Weird.
Wait, the Swords of Justice have their own themes?
But no. They share one theme, just like the quartet.
Yeah, no. The most of the legendary trios and then the quartet all share their own respective themes.
Honestly, the trio theme started with Gen 2. That's basically where it started with Crystal.
Did, yes. The birds shared their theme with Mewtwo.
Which was the wild Pokemon theme.
Yeah.
Now, it's slightly changed in the remake. We have to remember this. The legendary theme changed.
In Fire Red Leaf Green?
Fire Red Leaf Green.
Yeah.
It's basically the wild battle theme, except a little faster.
Except
with a much
a
more
little
different-
faster.
I'm serious! Seriously, listen to the wild theme and listen to the legendary
Pokemon.
theme. That's basically all it is.
Man, that's why they added Toby. They don't know how to do their... I'm not going to finish that sentence. That isn't true. Pokemon is really good at making themes. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. They didn't get their act together for a couple generations there.
I mean, just look at Gen 6 as well. Gen 6 was interesting. Gen 6, so Xerneas and Yveltal shared a theme, but the legendary birds that appeared in X and Y had their own battle theme, and I believe Mewtwo had its own battle theme too. And I think Zygarde shared Yveltal and Xerneas' battle theme as well, if I'm remembering that correctly. It's been a while since I played X and Y, honestly.
Yeah, oh man. I want to replay so many Pokemon games. I don't know whether I should replay Black and White or play through Black and White 2 for the first time now, or if I should wait for Gen 10. But like I feel like if I'm going to play Gen 5 at any point, it has to be now so that I can at least wait as much of the next 3 years as possible. Frankly. But I don't know. I
mean, I've played through White 2. White 2 is good. Black 2 is basically the same, almost the same thing, just with a couple differences. But
I have both
yeah,
of
the
them, so
sequels
I get
are
to
good.
pick.
Well, lucky you. I only have
Well, lucky
White 2.
me, yeah. I have every Pokemon game physically except for Crystal and Yellow. Crystal,
I'm
Yellow.
still
and-
mad we haven't gotten confirmation yet if we're gonna get them for Switch.
That was so annoying. I don't.
I know, right?
Once again, we're not going to go back. We're not going to regress and just talk about the first episode again. But
When I'm
that was
not
annoying.
trying to, but it makes sense for the context.
Mhm.
Because we
Come
still
on,
both know that the direct.
please.
I'm sorry, but I have to make this statement. We both know the direct wasn't that great, or the presents.
Pokemon,
I know that was last week,
please.
but come on.
right,
Okay, I
listen.
won't talk about it anymore. I'm just
No,
saying,
no,
making that point.
I'm begging Pokemon. I'm not complaining. Don't worry. I know we shouldn't expect too much, right? We shouldn't expect the most out of Pokemon every bloody year. But at the same time, come on, something. But
I know.
I digress. But you know what? I love Pokemon.
I know you do.
I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon so
do
much.
too.
I absolutely love Pokemon.
Yep.
I really do. I don't know where I was
Why
going
do you
with
think
that,
we're
but I
here
love Pokemon.
now?
Yeah, why do you think we're here? Come on.
Why do you
Tell
think we're
me
doing this
sometime. Why do you think we're
podcast?
here?
Why do you think we're here, bro?
I don't know where I was going with that.
I have no idea where you were going with that either.
What were you trying to say?
I have no idea. I was just saying, why do you think we're doing this podcast?
Yeah, you know what? Man. We
Messing
are
up so bad.
professionals. We are professionals. We
Yeah,
are
definitely.
farmers. No, we're not.
You know, now I'm getting thinking about it. Going back to the topic of RPG music for a second,
Okay.
it is interesting how there's less battle themes than actual area themes. I mean, yeah, the biggest examples are Pokemon and, like I said, Mario and Luigi, for example.
Okay.
Like, if I went over all the Mario and Luigi games, you would see that there's not that many battle themes. Like, I'll just go over one of them just for an example. I'll go over the one that has like one of the most largest list. That's actually the second game. Technically, fun fact: Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is actually based on Super Mario RPG.
Oh.
Like, that's how Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga actually came to be. After the success of Super Mario RPG, it basically developed Mario and Luigi. I mean, yeah, Paper Mario came out before then on the N64, but yeah, Mario and Luigi is basically based off Super Mario RPG, and it's actually relevant if you listen to the battle theme from Superstar Saga as well.
Hmm.
So in Superstar Saga, there's a few. So basically, there's the regular battle theme that you fight against enemies, boss theme, bosses. There's a special theme for a character in the game named Popple. There's the Cackletta battle theme. So that's already 4 battle themes, by the way. There's also the Balletta theme, which is towards the end of the game, and the final Cackletta theme. That's 6 battle themes out of the entire game.
Hmm.
So it's kind of interesting to me still that even though, you know, we all go through compilations of like our favorite battle themes from RPGs or any game in particular that has battle themes and regular area themes, mostly it's RPGs. That's why I'm making the example for RPGs specifically. It's interesting how there is more area themes than the battle themes, even though we mostly more talk about the battle themes compared to the area themes, even though there are some area themes we can all say that are classics. Like, for example, for me, like in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, my favorite route theme of all time is Route 13. Even in the remakes, it was great.
I think that's a case of quality versus quantity. The fact that we don't talk about too many of the route themes other than a specific few because there's so many of them. There's really no point in picking, like, say, oh yeah, this generation is like, well, you can, but when it comes to the battle themes, the fact that there's so much less of them in comparison means that these themes are supposed to stand out. Everybody talks about the battle themes much more than they talk about the route themes or character themes, simply because there's so few of them. It's a lot easier to pick and choose, and that makes it just as apparent when the theme is bad. But even better when a theme is good. For example, I love Ho-Oh's battle theme from Heart Gold Soul Silver and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That is by far one of my favorite battle themes in all of Pokemon.
Oh, I love that theme too.
But you know what a theme that I like better? And this is ironic to the state I'm saying. The Boutique from X and Y is my favorite Pokemon theme of all time. The Boutique. The clothes shop. The clothes shop is my favorite theme of all the Pokemon. Isn't that ridiculous?
No, I don't think it's ridiculous. You gotta be,
Is it not?
You gotta be fair to yourself, because you got to realize that Gen 6 was the first real time we could make customizations to our avatar. So honestly, I don't see that as a bad thing of you liking that theme. Honestly, that just shows that they put a lot of effort into basically customization for the first ever time. And for you to be resonant with that theme specifically, I think that just speaks true to how X and Y actually did a great job with the customization. Even though it was limited at the time, because this is the first time that we had it.
Yeah. I just want to say that I you know what though? I genuinely believe that X and Y's cosmetics and customization is the best of all the Pokemon games, right? The upgraded character designs and everything in Gen 7 is so nice, and the customizations is great in that game. I love it.
Right.
But it can't beat the really, really, really badass clothing options from Gen 6. I don't know what it is. It fit the style so well. I don't know, man. Gen 6 is wonderful. I love Kalos.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I didn't start with X and Y. You gotta remember, I started with Omega Ruby. So I have a little bit more nostalgia for Omega Ruby, even though it is a remake. I still have nostalgia for it.
Sure.
I mean, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, go back to the themes, one of my all-time favorite themes, is Xenia's battle theme. The second time you fight her.
It's a great theme. It is a great theme.
That was like one of the first, I think it was one of the first ever Pokemon tracks that used a violin. Oh my god, they blew it out of the park. It's such a shame that they basically give you Mega Rayquaza to just sweep her. But at the same time, like, you can't deny it. It's a good theme.
Some of Pokemon's music is just chef's kiss.
What about, you know what? We're talking about favorites. What about least favorites? Is there like a battle theme that you don't like?
There was a bridge in, I know this immediately. There's a bridge in Black and White that has vocals in it.
Oh, wait,
what I'm thinking about?
I think I remember this, because I pretty much grinded there with Aldino, because I actually liked that.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the theme. I don't know where it's located. All I know is that the vocals make my skin crawl. I don't like that theme.
But you know, the vocals are optional, right? Just when they were.
They probably are, but when you look it up on YouTube, the vocals are a must. It's just always on, no matter where you look it up. The vocals are always there.
You never looked up for instrumental or anything?
I haven't. That theme is just ruined for me because of the vocals, right? I'm sorry if I'm not cultured, right? I, for one, this isn't a reference you're going to understand, Septal, but Yoon Jin's singing in Genshin Impact, although it was a bit off-putting to me, I actually still enjoyed it simply for the cultural reasons. But I couldn't feel the same way when it came to that bridge theme. I don't know. If there's somebody in the comments that knows the theme's origins, please don't be afraid to comment it down below. I'm all ears.
Okay. In terms of hating a battle theme, for me to hate a battle theme is very hard, because battle themes are meant to be either uplifting, sad, enjoyable, or epic, you know? There's not specifically a battle theme that is hated, but I feel like one of the most disappointing battle themes, unfortunately, is Lugia's theme, which I've never understood.
Really? That's a big theme.
Something about Lugia's theme, I just feel the energy isn't there. You know what I mean? Compare it to Ho-Oh's, for example. Ho-Oh's is joyous. It represents it being the phoenix. Lugia is meant to be an overlord of the sea. I mean, yeah, you can make the argument that sounds somewhat like Deep Ocean and what's it? I don't know. It's just, Lugia's just doesn't, I don't know. Something about Lugia's theme is just, it doesn't sit right. I mean, there is one other theme, actually. I'm going to actually go back to reference to Scarlet and Violet. There is one battle theme in that game that I was not necessarily happy about being in the game. And that's the battle theme against Clavel.
Really? I didn't really take much note of it.
Because there's nothing to it! There's nothing! The intro is nothing! Seriously, it's nothing! Compare it to Penny's theme! Penny's theme's way better!
Oh
to
yeah,
Clavel.
Penny's theme's great.
Seriously, Clavel's theme reminded me of another battle theme that I dread every time I listen to it. The only other battle theme that makes me cringe at it, because it doesn't feel like a goddamn battle theme, is... It's a game I could talk about hours about, but Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, the 5th in the series, the final boss part 1, it doesn't sound like a battle theme, it just sounds like I'm going to a goddamn area! The phase 2 sounds way better and actually sounds like a battle theme, but the first one makes me want to choke something!
Oh man.
Seriously, I could make a whole podcast episode or a whole video talking about Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. I could talk about that for days, and I could just rant about it. I could rant, but I'm not going to, because this is not that episode. If I do that in the future, you'll be betting that I'm going to be talking about it for an hour, for like 3 hours.
This right here, this is the subtitle you don't see anywhere else, folks.
I'm sorry, that needed to come out. I cannot hold myself. I'm not talking about that.
Man, this keeps him up at night. You know what? When I eventually meet this fucker, I'm going to put a poster of that game on his ceiling.
Shut up.
So that every time he wakes up in the middle of the night to take a piss, he will see that game.
You're a jerk, man.
And I will hear his fits of rage from all the way over here in the central U.S.
Basically, every time I see it, I'm gonna just yell,
That's
what I'm gonna say every time I see it.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I'm definitely doing that now.
Oh shut. But seriously, in all seriousness, I could make a whole rant video on Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. I could just make a whole video about it, or a podcast, whatever, just talking about what I don't like about that game, because honestly, that game is the worst Mario & Luigi game out of the entire franchise of Mario & Luigi games. It pissed me off in a lot of ways. It really did. Again, I'm not talking about it here, because then we're gonna be here till 3, we're gonna be here for 4 hours, if I really get into it right now. But I'm just referencing it.
I kind of want to hear it, just so I can sit in the corner and laugh my ass off. I'll be honest.
We'll do that. Okay, we'll do an episode on it. How about that? We'll just do another episode.
Sure.
I will host a whole episode with you just laughing your ass off talking about Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. Expect that as a podcast episode in the near future, okay? I will just talk your ears off about Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. I will go over everything with that game and talk about what I liked and what I did not like. And trust me, there's a list of me not liking things.
Yeah.
Going back to themes, because apparently that's the theme of this episode.
Actually, is. I suppose it is.
So, like I said, referencing back to Paper Jam with that final boss theme part 1. Seriously, I will let you hear that after that. You tell me if it's a battle theme or not. Clavel's theme just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like he's the director of the school. Wouldn't you think he would have you could have a cordial theme. It just didn't fit right with the setting we were in. Team Star was about rock and stuff like that. Think about the grunt theme, for example, for Team Star.
That was good.
You could jam out to that. And then the boss theme. Oh my god! That is one of my all-time favorite themes, too. The boss theme is so good. You're just rocking out to it the entire time. Gal, you could back me up on this, can't you?
Yeah, it's great. I actually don't have a good mental note of what it sounds like, but I do think it was good. Yeah, and I didn't have anything wrong with it.
I basically used that theme for 4 of our fights. That's how much I loved it. So, for the Scarlet Violet co-op playthrough, if you know what I'm talking about. We talked about it all on the last episode of this podcast, but either way. Like, okay, just in general, besides, like, the RPGs we're known, like, take, for example, I don't know if there's many themes in Genshin Impact, but are there any themes from Genshin Impact, specifically battle themes, that you like from that game?
Oh, man. Okay. So, Genshin Impact does a really good thing of making the visuals fuel the emotions, but the music does a really, really good job at setting the undertone to, like, as a slip and slide that'll slide you straight into fear. For example, there was a major fight. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played Genshin Impact, but one of the major boss fights of it's the final boss of the third chapter or second chapter. It's the Inazuma chapter for anyone who knows Genshin. The end of the Inazuma chapter is against this really, really powerful character. That theme petrified me, but it was so good. Oh man, I could talk about Genshin all day, but the music of that game does a really good job of setting the tone. I don't think Pokemon does that because Pokemon's a more fantasy music that anyone of all ages could enjoy either in the scenario that it's played for or out of it. It does a really good job of setting that tone. One theme that actually doesn't really fit the town it's for, but is a really, really good theme in isolation. I think it's Nimbasa town, Nimbasa City. This theme for Nimbasa City, I don't think fits as a city theme. It's much, much too like boom, 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 boom. But
right,
it's a fantastic theme in isolation, and I think that accentuates Pokemon just to a T. Its themes are fantastic, but doesn't always fit the scenario it's in. But I think Pokemon more recently and more generations has done a really good job at doing that. Penny's theme fits for the scenario it's in. The AI professor theme absolutely slaps. And it fits perfectly.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's one of the best examples, but you know what's a really good example of setting the tone for a specific, like... Okay, you're saying basically that themes that fit the tone of something. Let's go back to Sun and Moon for a second.
Okay.
Gen 7.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take, for example, Team Skull. Team Skull's boss, Guzma.
The intro.
Think about his theme. Yes, the intro. Actually, that's funny. Every single Team Skull theme starts with the same intro. But each of them get more progressively rap-ish, I want to say?
Oh yeah, it's very rap-centric. And honestly, I imagine, right? You're fighting one of the admins or you're fighting the grunts, right? And the rapping is a different grunt nearby.
Right.
Kind of like hyping up the boss. And I think it'd be so cool. That's like a really cool concept. Kind of like the gym leaders and how the gym themes from Gen 8. That's perfect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm stealing the show, but oh my lord, the gym themes of Gen 8. The gym theme, sorry.
Yeah, gym theme. Well, actually, you're not wrong. Remember, Gym 7 had a different gym theme.
Was that based on Virtual Exclusive?
No, that was Spike Moth, remember? Piers.
Oh yeah, because he did it. That was his theme.
That was the team. Team Yell. That's it.
Yeah, it was technically a Team Yell leader theme rather than a gym theme. It was really cool. Yeah.
But still technically a gym leader theme. It's just a boss theme specifically.
I think the game that really made the music like really click for the situation for the right tones is Gen 6.
Gen 6. I was gonna say something with Gen 7 for real quick. I wanna actually give the example of one of the most harder boss fights from Gen 7 in general that fit the tone, I think, pretty damn well.
Oh yeah?
Can we talk about the Ultra Necrozma theme?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Oh my lord.
You're facing down the ultimate form of Necrozma. It's basically a fusion of either Lunalos or Galio with the power of Ultra Space. You're fighting the ultimate dragon, basically, in the whole of Ultra Space.
You're legit
and the theme
fighting the
goes
god of
deep.
light.
The start of it. Oh my god. It's not even that intense, the start of it. It's just, it's kind of like spotty a bit, but like in a good way.
It's like unsettling. It's an unsettling theme that leads to a suspenseful drop.
Yes.
And it's so good.
It fits for how hard the boss fight is. You don't expect it to be that hard because it's usually because honestly, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were more difficult games than any of us thought. But just that Ultra Necrozma theme, Ultra Necrozma alone, made players basically doubt if they were going to beat the game or not. Even Nuzlockers were scared of it at the time. And I bet if somebody does it now, they're still scared of Ultra Necrozma. That's how much of an impact that boss fight left on Pokemon players.
The only reason why people were able to like cheese Necrozma, Ultra Necrozma, was through using a Zoroark disguised as a fighting type to bait it. And that was simply, outplaying the AI more so than the Necrozma itself. Because that battle was great. That battle was
honestly,
so tough.
I did it a completely other way my first time I ever beat Ultra Necrozma.
Oh, yeah?
Basically, what I did, I had a Mimikyu on my team. Basically, Mimikyu's disguise ability.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to keep using...
So basically, I used Shadow Claw, get some damage in, let it get hit with the disguise, then use Shadow Sneak, then it KOs Mimikyu, I switch it to a member, max revive the Mimikyu, then let that member die, then bring back a Mimikyu and just do that until it died.
Yeah.
I cheesed it so hard.
I bet. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, yeah.
Man, yeah, no, dude. Pokemon themes. Another theme, right? To go into character themes rather than just battle themes. Another really, really good theme from Gen 7 that definitely set the tone whenever the character was present. Lily.
Yeah.
The transition between Lily's first and second theme is gorgeous. It's legit one of my favorite themes in Gen 7. I think it might actually be my favorite theme of Gen 7. Right? The first theme is like really timid, really soft, really pretty. It's very delicate. Just like how Lily is, right? Especially more so in the anime. And then as the story progresses, as she gets more comfortable with Nebby, comfortable with Nebby and the player character, and eventually, right, when you're in Aether Paradise, Lumine either disappears or does stuff, whatever, something.
Wait. Oh, well, I remember. So basically,
Lusamine, right?
Lusamine used all the power of Cosmog to create an ultra wormhole to directly go to Nihilego, which then transformed Cosmog into Cosmonium.
Yeah. So basically, after Lusamine disappears, right, you guys take a moment of reprieve, and then, Lily shows back up. She's got a ponytail, and the music just starts popping.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, it makes you want to jump out of your seat and cheer for the redemption, for how much character development is just on your screen. It's fantastic. I love it so much.
You know what's interesting, which I've kind of figured out after the fact. Do you know that one of the rival themes from Gen 6 was also an area theme as well?
Wait, what?
Let me explain. You remember Wally from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire?
Yeah.
Remember how in his fight he had a special bow theme being played? The special theme with the guitar?
Yeah. That guitar riff, yeah. I can vaguely think of it.
Right. Here's the thing, though. It doesn't just appear in that fight. In the post-game, you go to I think it was called the Battle Resort? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, where it shows a little statue saying, "Coming soon."
Right.
Bullshit.
If there's a parasol lady, who if you talk to, goes between three.
Oh yeah. And you can add the guitar riff to your resort music.
So technically, Wally's theme is the only theme in Pokemon that was used as both a battle theme and an area theme.
Huh.
If you think about it.
I suppose that's true, yeah. Because
I find funny.
They don't repeat themes at all, do they?
Mm-mm.
Other than in like first few generations where a trainer theme could be the same as this and that. But yeah, no. especially that late in the generation. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Never
When I
actually thought of that.
realized that, I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
Neat.
It's pretty much a first for the series, technically.
I think it is. I think it's the only time that's ever happened as well. I don't think that's ever happened again.
So, yeah, no, I don't think so either. It's kind of weird to think about.
Another thing I think, since we're mentioning that we believe that Gen 6 is the generation that really started the tone fitting themes, I do want to, applaud Gen 4 for making Barry's theme, just all of his themes, fit him perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Just, for example, when you first meet him and he thumps right into you, it's just immediately, it's just like his theme sprints up to you and thumps into your ear. And it feels like he's just abruptly just bombarding you at every single one of your senses. And it's great. I love it so much. I don't know. I think that theme just really fits.
Honestly, most of the rival themes in general are really good. I think 3 of my tops for rivals are Silver. It could be from both the originals and the remake. The black and white rival theme, and I know you haven't played it yet, but the Black and 2 rival theme.
Hugh's theme?
Yes, Hugh's theme.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
Oh my god.
I've heard it
I'm
before,
not going to spoil it. It is so good. It is really good.
I cannot wait to hear it in context, because I've heard of it out of context. I've heard all of themes out of context, but
Black and White 2 soundtrack. I do not want to spoil a single track for you. You have to experience it. Honestly, I'm gonna say this: Black and White 2 soundtrack is one of my personal favorite soundtracks. In general, they made some of the battle themes, like White and Getsus, for example. Like White and Getsus were kind of, let's be honest. N and Getsus. N's final battle theme. I'm sorry, I know this is probably gonna be a controversial take. It's kind of mid. I mean, yeah, people really like it, don't get me wrong. But, I don't know, it just sounds a little too quiet. I don't know if I want to say quiet specifically. I don't know, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit for me. Like, others will definitely argue against me with that. And the same thing goes for Getsus. Getsus' theme is kind of like a drag, but I guess that is meant to be the point, because you now figured out that he's the boss or the main villain of the game, so now you're fighting the final boss. But I don't know. I feel like they did Ends and Getsus' theme way better in Black and White 2. Like, oh my god, it's so good.
I unfortunately don't think I know those themes well enough to say, but I'd be inclined to believe you. The fact that I don't really remember them definitely means they don't stand out to me in any way.
The unfortunate part with Black and White 2, though, is you don't really hear the new end theme that much, unfortunately.
That's a shame. Honestly, I might give most of the music we discussed here today a bit of a listen on my own time, but
you don't want to get anything with Black and White 2, don't spoil it.
I know. I'm gonna avoid that. I'm gonna avoid that one. Okay. And for all the possible comment that say please play Black and White 2, I will. I'm kind of an idiot and I'm currently shiny hunting Snivy. I'll probably stop. I'll play the game properly. I promise. I will play the game eventually, soon. Sometime this year, I will have played Black and White 2, okay?
I'm going to be honest with you. The only themes I suggest looking up, because I don't know if you're going to be able to do them, are the ones in the World Tournament. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. Because those themes don't show up until post-game, so.
Well, no. You can actually get to the World Tournament before post-game. I'm just saying it's, the battle area where you have to have IVs and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. No. I'd rather not.
So if you don't feel like doing that, I honestly suggest looking at those.
Frankly...
when you play it, and after, if you want to listen to them, go ahead. Go nuts with that.
Frankly, it would feel... I don't think I want to do that until post-game, if at all. Because it's going to feel like when you walk into that house in Black and White, and suddenly Cynthia's just in this random house, and she goes, "We're fighting." Sick of Garchomp. I don't want that to happen to me, so I think I'm going to avoid that tournament at all costs, frankly.
Honestly, Cynthia's theme's been remixed 3 times now?
I think so.
Or Cynthia's theme has appeared 3 times in 3 separate forms with Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, and then Black, White, Black, White, Black, White, Black and White 2, and BDSP.
And then BDSP, and then
because Ultra Sun Ultra Moon used her original theme.
Yep, and then it got an inspired theme in Legends.
Right, with Vola.
Yes, it did. All right. Okay, so we are ending this one. I don't know how to end things. Do you know how to do do you know how to end anything other than your classic?
Shush. Guys, thank you so much for listening to our episode of the Grassy Surge Podcast. We both had an enjoyable time. I hope you've had an enjoyable time listening with your blissful ears about what we had to talk about today. And until the next podcast, guys, thank you so much for checking us out. Comment anything down below with stuff that we talked about today. Spam Gala with playing Black and White 2, obviously. We gotta do that. Hashtag Kala needs to play Black and White 2.
Well, all right.
And this has been Subtile 720. Yep. Being here as the co-host, or as always. So, yeah.
Bye.